So welcome to TC's workshop for what is a very quick video on a hack on how to extend the life of your beloved trainers rather than having to throw them away, go out and expend a huge amount of money to replace them. So the players in this particular video is some strong contact adhesive used for attaching rubber to various surfaces. The reason why I use this is because it remains flexible when it's gone off. Gaffer tape and tenacious tape, used generally when fixing tents or waterproof gear such as an outer shell, etc. Fantastic piece of kit and something that I always carry with me when I'm out backpacking or whatever, just in case I have a tear in whatever I'm carrying, especially on your backpack as well. It's good for that as well. And we've also got half a trainer as well. I have cut this in half just to be able to show you what happens on the inside of the trainer when you use and abuse it on tracks and running, and the inside of your foot starts rubbing on the inside of your shoe and basically wears away the wall of the shoe to the point it goes all the way through. You have nice little holes in the side of your shoe. Ordinarily, that on a complete shoe would be throw it away, go out, buy new. However, I'm not in that position to where I can go out and fork out 100 odd quid for a pair of shoes, so I need to eke out as much life as I can from the shoes that I have. So on with the demonstration. So if I was using a full shoe, I've got some old disposable gloves or something like that, pack the inside and hold that against the actual shoe while I'm spraying the adhesive on. So I'll do the same here, but hold that there like that, and now just spray some of this adhesive on. And you just want to let that settle in a little bit and let that soak into the shoe for quite a while. It doesn't matter if it's going off because you're going to be sticking some tape onto it. I won't worry about it being messy on the shoe because let's face it, these are shoes that you would have ordinarily thrown in the bin anyway. So it doesn't really matter if it looks like a Blue Peter shoe with adhesive stuck all over it. So mop up the residual adhesive and just push that around the shoe so you can see you've created a surface that you can attach something to. Now getting your gaffer tape that we cut earlier and just apply that over the area that we have put the adhesive on. Now the idea is what you need to do is just keep pressing gently onto the gaffer tape and that will slowly meld itself to the shape of the shoe and attach itself both to the glue that you put on and the fabric underneath. And once that's dry, that will form a really nice support to the wall of the shoe. I've already done one and I did it a while ago on my on-running shoes, the Cloud Swiss, and you can see that put the adhesive in that area and that's held on there really quite nicely. And I've been on running on that pretty much daily for the past 3 to 4 weeks and it's still on there solid. And it's been wet through and it's still held. So that's the outside of the shoe done. Now let's concentrate on the inside. Now I mentioned tenacious tape earlier on. And all we do with the tenacious tape, once we've cut it to size, is apply it on the inside of the shoe like so. Now obviously it's really easy for me to do it on half a shoe. Not so much when you have a shoe that has a tongue that's integral to the sides of the shoe, or it's all one piece. So getting inside of there is really quite difficult. Now the only thing I will say is that on these shoes, particularly on this one, it took a good 3 attempts and 3 different pieces of tenacious tape to get it right. But basically you've got to roll it a little bit like that, put your hand inside and using the force try and get it in the right position. Once it's stuck down, then you've got to check it, and if it isn't in the right position, unfortunately you have to take it back out and try again. So all being well, you will get it in the right position, and when you do, it will look something like that. Now you note that the insole isn't in the shoe, obviously there's half a shoe, and I've gone below where the insole will sit. This is so that the insole can keep that pushed against the side of the shoe, and it also helps form a nice smooth surface, transition surface between the insole and the actual wall of the shoe. And as you can see, the tenacious tape almost immediately has attached itself to the wall of the shoe. What I would add, if you're doing this inside, I would probably attach the tenacious tape inside the house and do it with a warm shoe. If it's a bit cold, then by all means use a hairdryer in a low setting and warm that up, so you're actually putting it against a warm surface. It would just mean that the adhesive on it will stick a lot quicker and actually adhere better to the actual material on the inside of the shoe. Talking about the insole, as the insole sits in there, you can see that the tape has gone below the insole itself, and it's matching up with some tape that I've also put alongside on the insole itself. So talking about the insole, what we want to be doing is putting some tenacious tape along the side of the insole so that it matches and meets up with the tape on the inside of the shoe, so you've got a nice, again, smooth transition from one to the other. This patch here is an end gold patch. We're not going to talk about those because they are absolutely outrageously expensive, and in my view they're utterly rubbish. Far better buying a roll of tenacious tape, which is a hell of a lot cheaper, and it does the job a lot better. So on my actual shoes itself, you can see that I've applied the fix, as I said earlier on the outside of the shoe, and I don't know whether you can see that in there, but there is actual kind of tenacious tape on the inside going down onto the sole of the shoe. I haven't put any tape on this insole because these insoles that you get from On Standard, they are, in my view, fabulous insoles, and they're really super smooth, so it's not anything that I need to do additional for those insoles for that shoe. The Solomon Speed Cross, again, I haven't done it on the outside yet because the outside of the wall is still intact. The inside has required some tape, so I put some tenacious tape on the inside of that, and also, as I said earlier on, I put some tenacious tape on the inside of the insole as well, so that fits nicely in there. And if I feel that the transition from sole to wall of the shoe is lovely and smooth. And the reason that's important is because my foot, when it's in the shoe, moves around like that. So as I run, I go from side to side, side to side, and it rubs away at the inside of that shoe. All my shoes end up the same way, going at this point on both shoes. So there you have it. With half a shoe, some rubber contact adhesive, gaffer tape and tenacious tape, you can add a good 200 to 300 miles of life into your running shoes.